All right. Apparently, Vaush is anti-Semitic. This YouTube channel is interesting. This is a new channel that I found recently because one of his live streams was recommended to me. I found him over the last break, and I haven't watched too much of his stuff until like today. Actually, it's kind of interesting. He's a populist socialist or something. It's really, really interesting. His content.
A good point. They're doing it to promote a bad message. You know what I mean?
Also, I will say this is like some insane like Inception level stuff. Like here we have visually. Just let's take this in. We have Jackson Hinkle, who's on the bottom left corner. We have the chat, who's like in the rest of the left side. We have him reacting to, I assume it's Vaush, who's like the guy who's in to the right and then the middle, reacting to what I assume is Jackson Hinkle and Sam Cedar during their interview. This is like, there's so much going on here visually.
They bring up a good point.
I will say I'm not a fan.
They're doing it to promote a bad message. You know what I mean? Like imagine a Nazi YouTuber.
Oh yes. Then of course we must go back to the classic Vaush projection. Let's just call him Nazi aligned. I actually think that Vaush is basically he basically argues like a Nazi Holocaust denier, because he ushers in these conspiracy theories.
Who spent their whole channel.
That's not a great argument. He's basically I mean, the say that like, oh, he sounds like a Nazi because he's a conspiracy theorist is a really bad argument.
Like drawing attention to all the bad financial crimes of like the Rockefellers and the Goldsteins, Goldman Sachs and Soros.
Are Rockefellers Jewish? Because he's saying that he's making an argument as if it's like a...
Okay, I don't know whether or not these people did bad things, but here's the thing. Depending on what exactly you mean by Rockefellers or whatever, it's not anti-Semitic to criticize someone who is a part of some specific special ethnic class. Like if somebody went over here, like if I was ever eventually, like I would love to doing some sort of political debate with somebody on here, or like a theological debate on here on this platform with somebody, and we were arguing about something and he criticized me and I'm black, it'd be the same as being like, oh, you criticizing this black dude? Well, you must be against black people. No, you're just criticizing this one individual who did something that you don't like. I don't know why a lot of people act as if you're not allowed to ever criticize Jews because they're Jewish, and if you criticize a Jew, like, I don't know, George Soros, then you must be anti-Semitic. That's a really, really dumb argument.
I might be wrong. No.
I think it might be because there are a lot of people who criticize George Soros specifically because he's Jewish, but that doesn't mean that every single person who criticizes George Soros is anti-Semitic. You will really have to wait for an indication of something other than just like, oh, I don't like George Soros, for there to be proof that the person's actually anti-Semitic. And actually, hold on, I need to go close the windows because it's shining on me and making me look bad. Yeah. See it. Although I do like the light, just a bit much, I think. Ooh, all right.
He's making an argument as if it's like a, I might be wrong. No, they've always considered themselves Episcopalian. So this fucker doesn't even know. Bro, he's literally saying that I'm like a Nazi who claims that like Jewish people, like the Rockefellers, control the world and the banks. That's what he's saying about me. And he doesn't even know that the Rockefellers are not Jewish. They've always considered themselves Episcopalian. He's literally just making shit up.
Isn't that a religion though? I thought like racially they were Jewish or something. I don't know.
Literally just making shit up. Literally just fucking making shit up. He doesn't even know that the Rockefellers are not Jewish. I double checked myself, but I was pretty sure about that. He's literally just fucking making shit up. But yes, so Vaush is Nazi projecting right now. He's literally Nazi projecting, and he doesn't even understand. This is just like quintessential Vaush historical revisionism. They're not even fucking Jewish, and he's claiming that they're Jewish. He's projecting. He supports arming, the Ukrainian military, which is immersed with the Azov battalion, Nazi battalion. He's projecting, and his arguments, he really does use arguments and the same argumentative tactics of like Holocaust scenarios. That's what he does. He's a conspiracy theorist who, ironically, because he always projects about this, literally
Danny
uses the same
boy,
arguments.
Gross and all that, and they never talk about any other financial crimes, and they never even prescribe any leftist solutions to any of this. They just talk about the times that people with like Jewish names did things, you know.
Rockefellers are not Jewish, Vaush. I'm not going to go on a list of all the historical revisionism you engage in, but Rockefellers, let's just leave that there. Rockefellers are not Jewish.
And you can look at those videos in a vacuum and go, okay, well, yeah, I agree the Rockefellers were bad guys, right? You know, this is bad.
And that's fine. That's fine to do
but the
if you want to do that.
Didn't the Rockefellers have like Nazi ties? They're bad because I'm pretty sure they had like Nazi ties. Didn't they like
Well, okay, the argument generally for people who don't like the Rockefellers is that they're bad because they made a lot of money because they centralized a lot of stuff. It's just poor people whining and complaining because they're not rich. There's a lot of people who hate the Rockefellers.
I think I remember reading that actually in Parenti's book. What was the book? It was about like actual Red-Brown alliance.
I've heard a lot of people complain about the Rockefellers. I have yet to hear a single person complain about the Rockefellers being Nazis.
The black shirts. It was about the brown shirts.
The brown shirts. Yeah, Nazis ain't have no black shirts, bro.
I have it somewhere.
The brown shirts. It's the Antifa of the Nazi wing. They were the, not the government, but the militant extremist groups that would run around beating up people that didn't align with the political ideology of the Nazi party. We have the same thing here with the Antifa.
They literally had Nazi fucking ties like that. I'm pretty sure they funded the. Let's see this. Let's see this. I'm pretty sure the Rockefellers had not they funded the Nazi. There was a lot of U.S. companies that eugenics would have been so much bizarre parlor talk had it not been for extensive financing by corporate philanthropies, specifically the Carnegie Institution, the Rockefeller Foundation, and the Harriman Railroad Foundation.
Yes.
Very racist aims. There's more articles on here you can find. Literally, Vaush does not know what he's talking about. He's claiming that the Rockefellers are Jewish. They're not. They're Episcopalian, and they also had Nazi ties and eugenics ties, funding eugenics.
I mean, if someone were to go, well, I think this channel has some good points, I think you could be suspect of that because they're very clearly not interested in positive economic messaging. They're interested in in dog whistling the JQ.
Look at his own chat is like, why do people think Rockefeller was Jewish? His own chat's calling him out. What a fucking dumbass.
Funny. That's good. I don't know if it means that he's anti-Semitic though. It just means he's dumb and doesn't know that they weren't Jewish. I don't know. That felt like a clickbait title, but it was a fun video.